London, a city of grandeur and of grime. In William Blake's poem London, we see not the proud capital celebrated in history books, but a darker, oppressive place. The streets are narrow. The air is thick with smoke. Every face you pass seems etched with pain. This isn't a tourist postcard. It's a warning, a snapshot of a society in chains. Before we dive into the meaning of the poem, a quick reminder. To get the most from this video, have a copy of London in front of you. Even better, grab my annotated London resources from my Patreon. They'll help you follow along, line by line, and see exactly which words and phrases carry the most weight in the analysis. You'll find the link in the description. London is only 16 lines long, split into 4 stanzas of 4 lines each, but Blake packs those lines with social criticism, vivid imagery, and a deep sense of injustice. The poem opens with the line, "I wander through each charted street." Already, Blake establishes that we are moving through the city alongside him. The word wander suggests a slow, aimless movement, perhaps an observer taking in the details. But the streets are charted, mapped out, owned, controlled. This isn't a city of freedom. It's a city under restriction. Blake even says the River Thames is charted. A natural, flowing body of water has been claimed and confined by human law. It's an early signal that in this London, even nature is not free. As Blake walks, he notices the people around him. He sees marks of weakness, marks of woe. These marks are both physical, the signs of poverty and hardship on people's faces, and metaphorical, representing the emotional scars of living under such conditions. Every face tells a story of suffering. The next stanza deepens the sense of oppression. Blake hears the cry of every man and the infant's cry of fear. The repetition of every is deliberate. Every man, every infant, every voice is affected. This isn't about one or two unfortunate people. Blake is saying the whole of society is caught in this web of suffering. Then comes perhaps the most famous image in the poem, the mind-forged manacles. A manacle is a metal shackle used to restrain prisoners. But here it is forged in the mind. Blake is suggesting that the people of London are not just physically oppressed, but mentally bound. These are the chains of fear, habit, learned helplessness, the belief that nothing can change. It's a devastating image because it implies that liberation would require not just breaking laws or overthrowing rulers, but changing the way people think. From here, Blake's focus shifts to the great institutions of his time. He writes of the blackening church, a powerful image that works on several levels. Literally, London's churches were darkened by soot and pollution during the Industrial Revolution. Symbolically, Blake is accusing the church of moral corruption, of failing to help the people in need, and instead aligning itself with the systems of power that cause suffering. We also see hapless soldiers sigh, running in blood down palace walls. This is another loaded image. The soldier is hapless, helpless, unfortunate, and his sigh becomes blood on the walls of the palace. Blake may be referencing real political unrest, such as the French Revolution, or more generally suggesting that the lives of ordinary soldiers are spent and wasted to protect the interests of the monarchy. The final stanza takes us to the city at night. The tone here becomes even darker. Blake describes a youthful harlot, a young prostitute, cursing in the streets. Her curse blights with plagues the marriage hearse. It's an unsettling fusion of two symbols: marriage, which should be about love and new beginnings, and a hearse, which is about death. Blake is showing us a society where even joy and innocence are poisoned. Some interpretations see this as a reference to the spread of sexually transmitted diseases, which could destroy both health and happiness. Structurally, London is tight and controlled, just like the charted streets it describes. Each stanza contains a single, unbroken sentence, which helps create a sense of inevitability and suffocation. There is no space for relief. The regular rhyme scheme and steady rhythm keep us moving forward, step by step, as though we're walking those same oppressive streets. When we put it all together, London is not just a description of a city, it's a political statement. Blake is attacking the systems that keep people in misery, the laws that control the streets, the mental shackles that stop people from resisting, the church that has lost its moral compass, the monarchy protected at the cost of soldiers' lives, and the social decay that turns innocence into corruption. And all of this comes from a poet who was writing at a time of huge social and political change. Blake lived through the early stages of the Industrial Revolution, which brought both progress and deep inequality. He saw child labor, poverty, disease, and environmental destruction, and he wasn't afraid to speak out against them. By the end of the poem, there's no sense of hope. Blake doesn't give us a happy ending or a vision of a better future. Instead, he leaves us in those grim streets, surrounded by cries, manacles, and decay. It's this unflinching honesty that makes the poem so powerful and so relevant, even today. If you're revising this poem for your GCSE English Literature exam, remember the key themes: power and control, social injustice, the corruption of institutions, and the loss of innocence. Learn a few key quotes. Mind forged manacles, blackening church, and marriage hearse are especially strong. Think about how Blake's language and structure reinforce his message. If you want to go deeper into the poem, check out my full London deep dive video. There we unpack each line, explore more historical context, and look at how to compare it to other power and conflict poems like Ozymandias or My Last Duchess. And don't forget, you can download my exclusive annotated version of the poem from Patreon, along with exam-style questions and analysis guides that will make your revision more effective. The link is in the description. Finally, if you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button to join me for the rest of the Power and Conflict series. Like the video, share it with your classmates, and leave a comment telling me which poem you want to see next. Together, we'll make sure you go into that exam confident and ready to smash it.